So it's recording now. Okay. Right. So front end, obviously pointy end, well, obviously what you connect to your car. Obviously you've told things before.
Well, similar, yeah.
So what you've got here, obviously you've got the hitch, your normal hitch, which you've got a stabiliser part to it, which is this. Okay, that works off the toe arm. Years ago they used to have the metal bar going down the side of the van.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, this is all on the hitch. Okay, what it uses friction to do that instead of a big bar with a spring on it.
So that locks your ball onto your tire, then you lock that down onto there.
Then you just push that down, and that using friction on the toe ball. So the toe ball needs to be grease free, and it obviously needs to be paint free as well if you've got a brand new one. Yeah. Okay.
And that's the safety hookup.
Yeah, so that's your breakaway cable. Yeah, so obviously that will pull the handbrake on, as long as obviously it's attached correctly when you caravan. You should do if your caravan comes off.
Handbrake.
Yeah, handbrake,
jockey wheel. So hoisting the jockey wheel with that one.
Yeah, that's the clamp. Yeah. I'll just make sure that. Right. Your electric connections, 13 pin, which you may have not have had on your last one.
No,
probably did not. I don't know if you've had any dealings with the 13 pin as yet. Have you got a 13 pin on your car?
Yeah, I've just had one put on. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So what you're just going to be careful is see that centre ring there and the outer ring. Yeah. They move independently. So when you plug it in, the centre one stays where it is. The outer one turns
to lock it in.
Oh, if you don't fully turn it left before you pull it out, it can misalign the two rings, and then it only needs to be out a fraction, and you can't get it back in again. But inside, which I'll show you after, there's a little tool to realign it if you do that. Okay.
Right.
Just getting gas.
Does that turn and lock into the holder?
Yeah, it locks into that as well. Yeah, so obviously it's secure when you're not moving. Right, gas locker. Onboard regulator, and if you had that on your previous one, but this one's actually got what's called a dual control as well, so changeable.
No, it's just on the.
Yeah, you had them on the cylinder.
On the cylinder.
Yeah, well, this one now is my gas pipe here, obviously supplying the gas from your cylinders. What you can do is connect both cylinders if you want to. Okay, this one is operating off that side at the moment.
Yeah.
So if what you can do is if you connected both gas cylinders and turned them on, obviously when you're on site, it will. You can check it's a changeover. Even though it's not an auto changeover, you can, say you exhausted that side, it will start to take gas from this side. Obviously you can see at the top there, that's to say there's pressure in there. If that cylinder empties, that will go red, but it will still draw, as long as obviously it's switched on connected, draw gas in. So say you were cooking, halfway through cooking, it would, I don't know why I look at you with that for, but if you're cooking,
no, I shan't be
I'll get told off by my wife. Right. So at least you'd still be pulling gas off, even though you wouldn't know inside that it has changed over from one to the other. But obviously, if you're in and out of this locker, you just need to check. If it has gone red and you're still pointing in that direction, you need to turn it over.
Yeah.
If you don't, you'll end up with two empty ones without knowing it.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah. But how do you know when you've got an empty one? Yeah.
It all depends. If you tend to go and use a lot of gas, then that might be an advantage or disadvantage for you. Obviously, if you've got two connected, then it's quite easy to change over. Yeah.
And what's the off position? Is that?
No, it's just turn it off.
You just sit. No, that's not enough. You have to turn the bottles off.
So all it is just direction one or the other. If you're just using the one side, like you may have done previously, just make sure that is on and tight.
Tight, blankets off.
It could start leaking gas, which obviously you don't want that to do.
No. Okay. Yeah.
One thing I just missed. The ATC probably didn't have anything like that on this one.
No.
It's I don't know if you've heard about it, read about it. It's trailer controlled. Okay. What it does, it detects movement in the back of the van when it starts swaying. What it will do is apply the brakes slowly on the caravan. So it uses electrics from your car. Okay, that is a test light. So what happens when you plug your electrics into your car? You'll hear the self-test. So you hear it manually self-test. Then you'll see the green light, or fingers crossed, you'll see the green light on there. If it's solid green, that's okay. It's done the full test. It's flashing green. It hasn't quite completed its test, but normally from travelling from here to the gate, say 100 yards or so, it will complete the test and go solid green. If it goes red, obviously problem. Unconnect your electrics from your car. Give it a few seconds, plug it back in, it will try and reset.
Reset it.
If it doesn't, and it's still solid red, then what you can do is just try and move your caravan. If it will move, that means obviously the brakes haven't been applied. You can obviously still travel with it, but obviously the system won't be working. And obviously you need to get it checked out, if you do want to move it, that is. If it's flashing red, likelihood it has applied the brakes. So again, see if it will reset by unplugging and plugging. Try and move it if you are desperate to move the van. See if it will move. If obviously it won't move, then obviously the brakes are locked on. You need someone to reset it. Okay?
Okay.
Happy with that?
So, I mean, if it is locked on, I'm at home.
Yeah.
How do I get it? To have to ring you up to get someone to
Well,
reset it?
there is a bolt. Yeah, obviously the system it will need resetting, but there's like a threaded bolt between the unit and the brakes. So if you're quite handy, you can get underneath it and take that bar out. It'll release the brakes.
Oh, okay.
So obviously, again, still the system won't be working, but you may at least be able to move it. It depends how handy you are with spanners, obviously.
Oh, I'm all right with span. I used to be a Sparky, so.
All right, so you can fiddle your tools. Right, what we got here? Vent for your boiler. Okay, the boiler operates off electric and gas, probably similar to what you've had previously. But it's all in one unit. Okay, so before you may have had a fire and a boiler, it's all in one unit. So that will supply heating, which is circulating around the van like central heating, and also there's a hot water tank in the middle.
So that'll do the heating and the hot water.
Yeah. So that's obviously your gas vent. So obviously before you may have had a cover you took off, if you were trying to operate on gas, but obviously this you don't because that's how the vent is.
No, they've just had things like that.
Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, you probably got the carver
The
type.
back of the fridge and you know, things like that.
That's it. This one here, that's your water in.
Yeah.
Okay, to get your pipe out, just pull back at the trigger. And it should slide out. There's no pump on there. The pump is now on board. So this is your pipe. All you do to get it in is just click it in.
Okay.
Okay, your battery fitted.
Yeah.
Obviously we're connected to our 240 at the moment. Obviously show it up and running, and also you've got the motor mover key, which is there. So this is that. I'll show you after, which connects the power to your from the battery to your motor mover. But I will show you that after because obviously you've got everything connected. It will start dragging everything around with us. Just wind us up on this step. Obviously wastewater outlet, toilet flush, waste tank. So you've seen something similar to that. Are you happy how they work? Yeah.
Yeah, you showed us before. This one's on wheels, like.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so it's simple enough. Just you've got a drain on this plastic shelf
here.
here.
Oh, a plastic pipe.
Yeah, so that's your drain. Obviously, make sure you drain it for winter. That's your flush tank. That is. Okay.
This is the topping up for the toilet.
Yeah, that's your flush tank reservoir. Yeah.
How do you know when it's full or?
When you open it up, if you're looking through it, and you can see it as full. If it's you're pressing the button inside on the flush tank and it's not coming out, it's empty.
Oh, that's I just wondered if you're pouring water in, it suddenly starts flooding like.
That's it. Yeah, you'll see it through the hole. That's the only indication.
Yeah.
The only thing is, do not fill it all the way up if you're going to travel with it.
Oh no.
Okay, because if it overflows, you're in trouble. Yeah. But you can have some in there, obviously, but don't fill it all the way up to the top. Okay. Right, just wind yourself up the cable and the gas hose, which is coming right. Right, what we've got here is your plate, which gives you all the information of weights, your tyre pressure, and also the wheel nut wrench torque settings. Obviously, you've got to be careful. Obviously, make sure you're checking these each time you go away. Okay, because there have been occasions where people have lost wheels and they haven't been checking them. So make sure you are checking them. I will check this before you leave. Okay, it has been checked at least 3 times before already. When they're doing a PDI, they have 3 different technicians. And each have to sign each time they check it. So obviously it shows you how important it is to check them. But obviously once you've got it, it's obviously down to you to make sure you're checking them. Okay? 230 outlet or 240 outlet. So electric into your awning. Gas barbecue. Obviously not into your awning.
No. I've got a little gas barbecue.
Yeah.
Now, seeing as I've got regulators in there, do I need one between there and the... No. So I'm all right, just to plug the gas onto there.
It's just a pipe direct to your gas barbecue.
Yeah.
There is a fitting inside, which I'll show you, which just clicks into that.
Right.
So obviously that's your tap on and off.
Yeah.
But it's coming direct from your onboard cylinders.
Right.
Okay, just inside here, apart from you've got your cable, winder handle and the wheel nut wrench. Okay, you have also got a wheel lock, and obviously you can lift it up.
Yeah.
Seat up, then you've got a jack as well. Okay. Also in here is your alarm box. Okay, your alarm works off your 12-volt leisure battery. Okay.
That's like the burglar alarm thing when you say alarm.
Yeah, it's alarm. Yeah. So it works off, as I said, off 12 volts off your leisure battery. If that is disconnected or run down, it will also run off its own battery. If obviously when you come to plug it back in, it will obviously start charging it again.
Now, if I take the battery off, how long?
It's only about 2 or 3 months.
That one will last 2 or 3. Oh,
2 or 3 months. Yeah. Obviously, good
great stuff. Okay.
Right. Okay. Right. What we'll do if you'd like to go inside. I'll get my slipper. Right. Okay, as we come in, obviously you will have slightly different. Control panels probably back in the day. Your motor might be different. But this is your control panel here. So press that button there, that switches your 12 volt power on. Okay, so when you come into your van, obviously before you start you need to put your 12 volts on. So that's your master switch there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just press that. You'll see the whole thing light up. Okay, that's showing obviously 12 volt is on. That's showing 240 is connected. And that noise obviously shows the radio's working. And that shows...
Oh, we've got a radio.
Yes. Yeah. I'll show you that in a sec. That is leisure batteries connected. So if you were still connected to your car on site, I'm going to have to switch that radio off. It's too distracting.
Ah.
I'll mute it. That's it. Right. Okay, where was I? Right, so if your car was connected on site, obviously not when you're travelling, but when you're on site, you could actually connect it to the vehicle battery. But obviously you go and drain that down. You're not starting, not going home, even if you do want to. Okay.
Yep.
So if you want to view levels, as in what your leisure battery is doing, that's what's showing you how much voltage you got in your leisure battery. It's obviously showing 14 volts at the moment because it's going for a charger. Okay, because your normal is around about 12, 12 and a half.
12 and a half.
Yeah. Okay. Water pump switch. Okay, that is your heating, which I'll show you in a second. And you've got carbon monoxide and smoke alarm there.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So down underneath your bunk here is your consumer unit. You also got, that's obviously your heating system in the corner. So you've got a the Aldi system, which is circulating for the heating. It's a separate system, which is obviously your water and your hot water tank. So the system that's circulating is actually got antifreeze mix. So you don't need to drain that for winter, but obviously your hot water tank you do. That drain down there, the yellow one.
Yeah.
So you just lift that up. So you just tip it up into that position, it will drain outside. Obviously the position it's in the moment will allow water to circulate around. Okay, consumer unit. You can see that one there, button.
Yeah.
Orange. Doesn't do anything, it's not connected to anything, but it looks very similar to that one. So don't think by switching that on you're switching the heating and water on. It's not. That is the one for that. Obviously it says next to it. Charger button. So as long as you've got that switched on, you've got 240 connected. Your charger here will charge your battery. Reverse polarity is just a light. So if you
connect the battery up backwards.
Well, yeah, or it's likely to blow a fuse. We do that. If you go on the continent, they wire things slightly different than us. You plug your electrics in, come in and have a look. If that's lit, then it is opposite way round. So you need to obviously have an adapter to operate off their electrics. 240. Oh, I've got a 240 trips there. Info note there to see what they're connected to. 12 volt fuses. Again, info note there to see what they're connected to. What we've got down there, next one is your system shutdown button. So even switching the 12 volt systems on and off on that power button, we'll switch everything off. There's always something running in the background. So when you're in storage, you're not using it. Obviously you've got a motor mover, so obviously you want the battery in good condition when you next come to it. What we do, switch that off. So in storage for 2 or 3 months, switch it off. That will switch all the 12 volts, which is draining down your battery. Okay, even though you've got a solar panel which is going to top it up, that won't stop it. That won't stop the solar panel from topping up your battery, but that'll just stop it draining it. Okay?
Right.
So when you come to use it, make sure you're switching it back on there if you switched it off there. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Happy with that?
Right.
Good. You're happy on how to get water into the system? Be exactly the same as what you would have done probably on previous vans. Obviously, you need a full aqua roll outside. Connect that. Make sure your drains are shut. Make sure your taps are shut before you switch the water pump on. Otherwise, you end up with water everywhere and in trouble, which I have a couple of times. Right. So it's water pump on. Okay, when the light's on, that means water pump is switched on. When we do, obviously open the tap, you can hear the onboard pump making a bit of a noise to start with. So obviously get all the air out of the system. It might go sputter any second.
Yeah,
Look at that, good time.
Yeah.
Obviously because I pulled the pipe out. So I have primed it already. To fill your hot water tank, cross the hot side of your tap. Exactly the same. Obviously to start with it'll be sputtering like mad. Yeah. Get all the air out. Once you've got a solid stream, that means your tank's full. Okay, do the same with each tap. Make sure you get the air out, otherwise you'll just hear the pump continue running that bit longer than you need to. Then if you just saw steam coming out of that then,
yes.
Obviously it's not instant heat. It does take at least 20 minutes, half an hour to warm up.
Yeah.
Obviously I've warmed that up already.
Yeah,
it's exactly the same. Imagine in the winter it may take that little bit longer because that unit is trying to heat the room and the water at the same time. So it might just take that little bit longer. Okay, happy with the water?
Yeah.
Yes, I think
Good.
so.
I'll show you the heating panel then. This is going to be, if anything, I'll say the most complicated part of it, but it's not too bad. Okay.
You come in on this as well.
Right, so that's your on-off button there. Okay. On the main screen, that's your circulation pump. So that's what's circulating heating around your van. That's to say 240 is connected. It's not necessarily working on 240 at the moment, but